you're just joining us, welcome to school. No. Welcome to Sunrise, and this time of the morning, it's a very special time for us because it's headlines time, and that time we introduce our headlines queen, who's looking like a principal today. Her name is TK.
Our favorite teacher.
Yeah.
I was your fellow classmate on Monday, and you're... I'm the teacher. No, man, you're a cool teacher.
Yeah, I'm the principal right now from here.
No, from here up.
Or the barrister. I love it.
The cool teacher.
But we're not going to let it pass, right?
No, absolutely not.
1, 2, 3.
When TK come pan up. We don't want bad news pan up. Only good news pan up. With the vibes pan up.
She never flop.
I like that tradition.
She never flop.
We need to keep that. She never flop.
She never flop.
I like that.
Never flop.
Great morning and happy anniversary.
Oh yes, happy anniversary to you.
I know that we are going to be getting into the full 100 on the 27th. You had mentioned earlier.
Yes.
But still, I just wanted to say on our anniversary, you guys are such a pleasure to work with.
Likewise.
You're a joy. IT, you're so kind and caring. I can see why everybody loves you. And Tami, I think it's you're so authentic and real and genuine that you make everybody comfortable. So
thank you.
that's my giving you the flowers on our anniversary.
And we would say the same to you. And I always say you're the hardest working woman.
Yes.
You are an asset to our team.
Or not.
Yes.
You are working.
And let me tell you something. You are that girl who we look at and say, like, you know what? TK is showing up, doing her thing. We can do it too.
That's true.
And always just smile.
Yes.
So we love that.
Yes.
And my mom thinks you're the most beautiful woman on the planet. Every day here now, TK beautifully.
Thank you, Mommy.
I agree.
We do have headlines, right?
We do a few.
Okay, great.
Let's do it. Let's jump into the headlines. Headline 1, a keen eye on school violence for the new academic year. In recent years, the island has seen numerous acts of violence in schools. And as the new school year has already begun, the Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang, says that plans are in place to pay keen attention to preventing violence in schools for the new academic year, and extra steps are being taken to strengthen security measures to protect students and teachers. He stressed on the importance of social intervention to prevent gangs from recruiting students, and says the issues students are facing must first be identified. And with more than 50 critical incident reports, mostly related to violence in schools, reported to the Ministry of Education between January 2022 and January 2023, Minister Chang says the goal is to provide students with alternatives to positively channel their energy. So some focus happening in schools as it relates to just reducing any type of crime, violence, or anything happening there.
Yeah, it has changed completely, because when I was in school, I was fearful of teachers, of parents, and I couldn't misbehave. Even if I misbehave in school, trouble. And that was the culture of the school at the time. You know, of course we had misbehavior, but not at the level that we are seeing that is leading to violence. So I'm happy that there are some alternatives, because ideally we want to channel that energy into sports or something productive for them to do, so we can really see a lift, a difference in the school. So
yeah, and ultimately we want schools to be a safe place
yes,
for our
absolutely,
children. We don't want to send our children to school and be worried that that is a place where they're walking directly into trouble, directly into oftentimes serious violence, and it's not okay. And it ought to be a safe place for our children, and it ought to be of importance to us to make that as safe as possible for our children. It's a huge issue that spans far beyond just the classroom, just beyond school. As you said, it goes so much further, so much wider, so much deeper. So there's a bigger issue at hand that needs addressing as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so next up, you mentioned it a little earlier, tropical wave could bring heavy rain today. So residents in low-lying, flood-prone areas are being cautioned to pay special attention to the strong tropical wave that's likely to begin impacting Jamaica on Wednesday afternoon, this afternoon, bringing with it significant rainfall. According to the latest report from Meteorological Service of Jamaica, the Met Service, the tropical wave has a moderate chance of developing into a tropical cyclone over the next 7 days. But Dr. Evan Brown said this is not likely to happen while it's moving across Jamaica. However, he said as it moves further westward, the conditions might be favorable for it to become a tropical cyclone. The Met Service also advised fishers and other marine interests to exercise caution as sea conditions are expected to deteriorate amidst the showers. thunderstorms and strong gusty winds. In the meantime, Dr. Brown advised citizens not to take lightly weather systems during the hurricane season and even outside of that period due to climate change, which is causing more severe weather.
Severe and sudden sometimes. So I concur and completely want to say the same thing, that we must take them seriously because these weather patterns are not even... Are there still patterns? Because we can't even...
Yeah, exactly. Everything is kind of jumping outside of the pattern, so now it's changing the pattern.
But didn't I tell you we would keep you updated?
There's the update.
Look there, updated right on time. Look here, people don't take the rain as no joke. When I take it serious, do we have to do? Just make sure everything all right, because as we have seen, as you said too, this is not normal. Things change quickly.
Suddenly.
And we have to be prepared.
And exercising caution, I think also, just remember, don't drive through the gullies that you'd probably normally drive through. Just things like that, be mindful. Because when there's a weather event, there's not much we can do, but we can be careful.
True.
And one reminder, when you're driving, if you're driving near a puddle of water and you're near the bus stop where people are standing, slow down.
Please, man.
Because when you're splashing, it's not nice.
No, man. Take your time. True.
All right, why not Wednesday headline time? Connecticut woman's tattoos and body modifications break world records. Esperance Farinza is no stranger to radical body modifications and extreme tattoos. A U.S. Army veteran, Farzina, recently became the Guinness World Record holder for being the most tattooed and body-modded woman in the entire world. 99.98% of her body is covered in tattoos and has 89 body modifications. Farzina said she got her first tattoo, which has since been covered up, about 15 years ago. And her first body modification, a split tongue, 10 years ago. Her body modifications include several body piercings, as well as tissue stretching mods and tattoos on her eyeballs and gums. Farzina stated that her most painful and uncomfortable experience throughout her body modification journey was the sclera tattoo, which is a tattoo when ink is injected into the whites of the eyes. Effectively tattooing a chosen pattern onto the eyeball itself. She said her journey is not yet complete. No, hold on, she said it's not yet complete. And she said, in terms of my body being covered, it's still hard to imagine a set ending. So she's still going.
Wow. Very few things make me feel like a prude.
Yeah.
Very few things make me feel like I'm not an open-minded person. But I'm not going to lie. When I say things like that, I'm like, I feel, I have an actual reaction to that, where I feel a little bit like, what?
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously to each his own. She is allowed to do what she would like to do with her body and her temple. But I still find it very shocking when I see things like this, you know what I mean? And I'm always encouraging young people not to get tattoos, by the way. As somebody who had tattoos, has tattoos and had them young, I'm always like, just wait, don't do it. Give yourself some time. You don't need to do it right now. Always I'm encouraging people to that. So when I see that, I'm like, there's no going back.
I was, when I heard split tongue, I kind of pulled in my tongue.
That's where I left the building.
I reacted.
No, I heard two words. Eyeball tattoo.
And that is another level.
That got me.
Yeah, that is another level.
I can understand it, but eyeballs, I don't know. I didn't.
Put it this way, I wouldn't want my car in the kitchen and that.
No, not even in a day.
But to each his own. You know, she thinks that is.
What does your passport photo look like? And when you're traveling?
Interesting.
I mean, it will look exactly like her, exactly. But anyway, before we even go, let me just note, okay?
Yeah.
Because I like how we just bob to the tunes of our DJ, and I would like everybody to know that he's a part of the news department right here at CVM. Okay, so when you see him on the ones and twos, also know that he's excellent in the newsroom, bringing us great stories.
When Phoenix come
no,
from news.
No. That's my song.
Listen,
what are you doing?
You're right.
Second say because we're going to switch places and TK's going to go over to the DJ booth and DJ Phoenix will come.
Under the news.
Coming up, we take a look at how daily devotions can set the tone for the school day. But first, a quick break. Stick around, stay, don't move.
Oh my word.
So me say pull up your pants and put it on your waist and tuck in your shirt and don't bleach your face. In my days that me a meditate, so me study for the test, me no procrastinate. Early to school, me no have time for late. Sit down in a exam, am I the great? Me no get no